They lie because they think you're dumb. They only lie because they think they can get away with it. If a liar knows he's dead to rights, if somebody goes, there's no use in lying, like it's obvious. And a good amount of the time, the liar might not try to blatantly lie. They might skirt the issue, not answer the question. Pathological liars. Liar's gonna lie, okay? But a lot of the times people lie. What's up, Groot? A lot of the time, these liars in Congress, like this representative from Texas, which I made the thumbnail. And if you watch Jon Stewart on The Daily Show this week, you saw him lying on Fox News. They lie because they think you're stupid. What's up, Curtis? Groot, good to see you guys. For all the new heads, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm Rob, I go live every weekday. Soulless, what's up, man? Oh, new image, new avatar, I like it. My son is recovered. He's back at school, he's doing well. Thank you very much, Curtis. Thank you. He's doing much better. And I got a call back from the doctor about the x-rays, and it's normal. So I was elated to get that news. But I got that news while I was dealing with some other stuff. So Godzilla finally got new styles. Yeah, Godzilla's coming to Fortnite Friday. My son is elated about that. But they lie because they think you're stupid. So I linked down below this story that was repeated on Fox News by at least one Republican from Texas. I don't know his name. It's probably in the thumbnail, but let's be honest. I don't care to learn liars' names. Who gives a shit? We can call him Bob Peckerhead, you know? If he's going to lie, you know, why not just make up his fucking name? Who cares? Bob Peckerhead, Republican from Texas, going on Fox News saying that these trucks, fire trucks sent from Oregon to help fight the fires, were stopped in Sacramento for smog testing, which is not true. They did stop to make sure they were fully equipped and ready to go, because once you head into that danger zone, sometimes it gets a little hectic. As someone who lived in Southern California and witnessed the devastation of fires, I even witnessed the devastation of fires here in Massachusetts. I mean, the whole world is burning. But this has been circulated and propagated and punctuated by this Republican out of Texas who Jon Stewart played the clip of him saying it. If you want, go, I didn't link it down below, but go just search up Daily Show Jon Stewart and his most recent episode. He plays a clip of this Republican from Texas, Dink Dongle whatever, who cares what his name is because he's a fucking proven liar, saying that the fire trucks from Oregon were stopped in Sacramento for smog checks to make sure their emissions worked. And not only is that dumb on its face, but the only reason he's repeating it because he's hoping the stupid fucking people he represents will buy and eat up that lie. But when you just think about it, right? When I moved to California, I had a car with out-of-state plates on it for a long-ass time until it got repoed, to be honest. And I never once went for smog checking and emissions testing, and I was never getting pulled over. Like, I was on the radio. And they weren't like, oh my God, have you done your smog test? Like, they're propagating this DEI woke with the fire. They're politicking with devastation, with natural disasters. And I just want you to think about that, because common sense has to go out the window to buy these lies, to be like, yeah, oh my God, they're emissions testing. That's the woke agenda. And it just doesn't make sense, because a lot of people probably from Arizona, Nevada, Oregon, Washington, all drive into California. They're not stopped to get emissions testing. I've never known cops to waste their time on that. And listen, you know, I'll be the first one to critique the cops. They're not stopping you on their emissions testing. In fact, they had looser standards than than here in Massachusetts, last I remember. But you have to lose all your fucking common sense. You have to throw that away so you can buy into the hype of whatever fear mongering they're pitching to you. But they do it because they think you're going to buy in, because they think you're stupid. This Republican should not only be voted out, he should be chastised and exiled from his state of Texas. Because I've known people in Texas. My roommate was from Texas at one point. I love my friends in Texas, and I know they're not this stupid. So I don't know who's he repeating this for, or who's he's trying to perpetuate this lie of like the smog testing fire trucks before they can go fight the fires. But this is happening left and right, okay? Left and right. Whether it's smog testing, emission testing, fire trucks, or they're saying it's the DEI, it's the lesbian fire captains, or whatever it is that they're politicking with natural disasters. I want you to remember something. Because I've said this for 30 years, okay? I've been saying for 30 years. And it's not about politics. I've just been saying this as a point of contention that I have for people who live in the Midwest. If you live in a place called Tornado Alley and you haven't built your house underground, shit's coming for you. You live in a place called Tornado Alley, but you don't see Democrats politicking when tornadoes hit, when devastation strikes. Sorry, I'm not reading the comments. I also love my friend from Texas. Good. Sinchan Das. I like that name. My fourth news interview I did at Citrus Connections Bus Terminal in Lakeland will be aired tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. WTSP Channel 10 News. If you're in Florida, the Lakeland area, look out for my man Kevin doing another news interview. Kevin is one of the heroes on earth. Takes the time to help others. I love you, Kevin. I am so proud of you. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Love hearing that. Thank you for keeping me updated. Good afternoon. I'm all right with it. I'll say it. What's your opinion on getting TikTok banned? Oh, we will talk about that if you want. What is in my mouth? Teeth. What's in your mouth? I also got a tongue. Lesbian fire captain. Yeah, listen. If you're listening to a politician, they're like, these fires are because there's lesbians in charge. Yo, you got to either be so fucking stupid to gobble it up or not comprehend, like, what's actually happening on Earth, what's happening, you know. But here, no, never mind that. If they say that, then my response is, well, looks like all you Republicans, God really hates you because these tornadoes keep going in one area so often that they call it Tornado Alley. Like, that's my response, because before people were politicking this hard with natural disasters and relief efforts and like strings attached to aid people who were devastated, before all this was like a major contention point in politics, because it wasn't always this hardcore. You don't always have like the 24 hours news media being like DEI. In fact, DEI is like what, you know, a few months old. That's they're harping on too. But if that's the truth, then okay. Anytime a fucking tornado hits in Tornado Alley, it's because of you Bible Belt worshiping motherfuckers voting for these Joel Osteen prosperity gospel Bible motherfuckers, putting these people in charge. Then that's why God keeps hitting you with tornadoes. If DEI is causing the fires. You know what I mean? If we have to play that game, because Jon Stewart was decent about it, and he was like, you know, on TV and shit. So he was real decent about it. But Michelle Obama or whoever said, like, when they go low, you go high. And I say, no, when they go low, beat them to the fucking ground. Go 6 feet deeper. And really, let's use their logic. Okay. So then when these hurricanes hit Florida, which, my God, I have two of the people I love the most in this world in Florida. But when they hit Florida, it's Ron DeSantis' fault because he's mismanaged Florida. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. If we're going to play this game, folks, if we have to do strings attached bullshit to help our other citizens in other states because they didn't vote like you, then we have to look at Alabama and we have to go, why is your reading level? Why are you the 54th fucking place for education in America? And we only have 50 states and a couple of territories. How did you get 54th? Oh, it's because you're so bad at numbers? Jesus. Then who's in charge? You know what I mean? We have to do this. I'm sorry, folks. But if this is the place you're going to play and you're going to fucking act like this, then we have to fucking just hold your feet to the fire and go, okay, well, the next time a hurricane comes and hits Florida, we got to look at Ron DeSantis and all the bad decisions he made including partnering up with Elon Musk for his presidential run and then signing contracts that said if any debris from SpaceX hits any kind of civilian thing, SpaceX is not responsible. Look it up. Curtis. Whoop, whoop. Kevin, you're a real one. India in the house. What's up? LMFAO. Are you talking about the band, Curtis? I think I lost everyone. I had like 16 people in here. And as soon as I start popping off like that, people don't like it. They need a safe space. Go to your safe space. I don't give a shit. I'm here to talk to the real ones. The real ones who want to play fire versus fire. No puns intended. Because it's horrifying. When I lived in California in I forget, it was 2008 when there was mass devastation in San Diego. You can look at the fires. I don't know. 2008 was the Easter earthquake, where I ran to save my TV, and everyone was like, "You moron, get in a doorway." And I was like, "I just paid for that Sony Bravia, $700. I'm grabbing the TV." Hit subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want this unpolished phenom coming at you every weekday. Hit the notification bell, folks, and hit subscribe. Because if we have to go by stupidity's logic, and what bothers me the most about this is the only reason these politicians do this, they know better. And you know they know better, and Jon Stewart proved it in his Daily Show episode, is because when they're begging for aid, when some disaster hits their country, because it's inevitable, every person's going to be affected by climate change, but they'll beg for it. No strings attached, just help the people. And nobody bats an eye. Nobody says strings attached. Nobody's like, Alabama, you guys are a bunch of morons. It's proven. Look at the numbers. You know? Oh, can you not read numbers? Oh, sorry. We'll say it to you because you can't read. You know, nobody's doing that when there's a natural disaster. And I would never, ever think that. I'm bringing it up now because I'm like, fuck, man, these people are so ruthless. And there's people I love in California. And to think like, as everything's burning, there's people who are not affected going on TV promoting lies. And they're only doing it in hopes somebody believes it and somebody gets hyped up by it. And somebody's like, yeah, it's the DEI woke mind virus and that's why the fires. And it's like, God, if we have to go by that logic, never mind common sense. Like if we just have to go by their logic, then every time a fucking hurricane hits Florida, which, by the way, Kevin's in Florida. My brother's in Florida. My best friend's in Florida. Like, I love Florida, but I'd never be like, oh, well, you know, strings attached because Ron DeSantis is in charge, so it must be his fault with his anti-woke agenda. Nobody's saying that shit. So how are we allowing these politicians to promote this? You should be calling your congressmen, writing them. And I know that's a futile effort, and trust me, because I write my congressman all the time. And then he wrote me back telling me how he's proud to lead us in 2025. I was like, bitch, you didn't even write me back when I had a concern. I don't want you in charge. I didn't vote for you. You're not leading nobody, Seth Moulton. Fuck you. How about I run for Congress? God damn, lend me some money so I can run for Congress. It's going to be hard riding a bike getting 5,000 signatures, or is it 10,000? I forget. It was hard getting 100 signatures just running for mayor when I ran for mayor. But if I got to ride a bike for 2 years to get 10,000 signatures to unseat Seth Moulton on the fact that I want universal basic income, healthcare for all, free college, more taxes on corporations, then I'll do it, Seth. Don't challenge me, pal. Oh yeah, I palled you. I gave you the old pal. I didn't even give you the kid. That's the New England term for pal. Kid. Political meat puppets. That's all they are, Curtis. Power's getting shut off in parts of East County. Oh, really? Yeah, Curtis is my man out in California. So what I mean, it makes me so fucking mad to hear these Texan Republicans trying to talk about woke agenda. It's like, listen, if you're going to blame the fires, and we just had a fire in my backyard in Salem. My wife was like, shit, if the fires are burning in Massachusetts too, I don't know if I could do this. She's like, where are we going to go? But it's like, by that logic, this is all I want to stress to you today. Because when you hear some asshole congressperson or senator or mayor or woke agendaist or Elon Musk saying DEI this, DEI that, then I want you to pay close attention because it's going to come around. It's inevitable. Whether it's Tornado Alley, whether it's an earthquake, whether it's a hurricane, whether it's some other freakish natural disaster, I want you to wonder if they start going, well, Ron DeSantis is anti-woke and a hurricane every year, it seems like at the same time, hurricanes keep hitting Florida. Maybe it's his fault. Nobody's doing that. Because we don't take people for morons. But these Republicans, I hate to say it's mostly Republicans, but they're taking you for an idiot. They're trying to hijack. They're co-opting your brain. They're hijacking your brain to think that it's some woke thing that's ruining everyone. And it's not like fucking simple. Shell and Exxon knew about this in the 80s and the 70s. And they were like, hey, let's just keep making billions and we'll cover it all up and we'll deal with the fires later. So please, people, if you hear this stuff, never mind use common sense. Like, why would fire engines get stopped for smog checks? Like, that doesn't even make sense. There's so many people that move into California, have out-of-state cars. They're not running to get an emissions test. But not only does that not make sense, but it's like, okay, if that's what it is, the next time Texas has a snowstorm and everything freezes over and nobody has a plow, I'm pretty sure it's because of whatever Republican governor is in office then, and their anti-wokeness. And Cancun Ted, whatever he's doing. So just think about it, folks. I'm just imploring you to use your brain. Use your brain. And I linked the Snopes thing down below. I highly encourage you to watch Jon Stewart's episode on this because he does it much more polite than I do. And he says, like, we don't make that point. But I want to make that point. I want to go tit for tat. And just like, let's do it because there's natural disasters in all these Republican states too. And I don't see Elon Musk complaining about like the anti-woke libertarian movement destroying everything, which is ironic because it is. Like these corporations that run unchecked, that get to do whatever and pollute, are causing this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Please use your brain, people. Just use your brain. Just turn it on. That's why God gave you one. Maybe he didn't, like that Republican, Doink Dimehammer. I don't know his name, and I'm not going to learn it. I do not care what his name is. He's a liar. He's just known as a liar. His pants are on fire. Which maybe his pants will get caught on fire. Maybe that's how he'll die. We don't know, but, you know, wouldn't that be funny? Reading about that in the obituary column. Died from having his pants on too tight while they caught on fire. Also known liar. All right, guys. I'm sick. I've been yelling use your brain since I was 10. That's longer than I've been doing it. When I was 10, I was trying not to use my brain for a long time, in fact. That's why I got into drugs. But now I'm, you know, recovering. I've been in recovery for a while, or just clean. And God bless you if you're in the same boat as I am. Share that knowledge. Know that there's hope. Okay. That was too much animation for me. Proud of you. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But as soon as, you got to turn your brain on once you get clean. And that's the horrifying part. You got to pay attention again. You got to feel things. That's really tough, you know? It's very tough day to day to feel all that you feel. But I encourage anybody who's in the struggle, just try. Ask for help if you're struggling with addiction. Which a lot of people are. Just ask for help. There's help. There's hope out there. I know it's hard, and I know this healthcare system and our rehab system in America is just atrocious. But there are people that will help, and there's ways to do it. That's why we paint and create 100%, Curtis. That's why I have to keep my mind busy and active in other ways. You're nail on the head right there, Curtis. 100%, 100%. Art is such a good relief. Solis, thank you for being in, Curtis. Everybody check out Kevin Hawthorne if you're in Florida, Jadish, India, Sinchan. And it would mean the world to me if anybody watches this later. I don't mind. Are the Devil Playground? They are. They are. I'm trying to write right now. I'm trying to write a book. It's hard. It's hard to put yourself down. Or set that time aside, especially when you feel like you can't do it. You got to believe in yourself. You got to fool yourself into thinking you can. It would mean the world to me if you hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. I go live every weekday. And I try to bring things to your attention that maybe not everybody's willing to do. and try to have some fun with it too. Because, of course, we're just joking around. We'd never be like, oh, Alabama, you're stupid. Strings attached on that federal money you get from all the blue states. I mean, it'd kind of be funny if we did, but we never do. It's just a joke. But pay attention to what these people are flinging, especially in a time like this. You know, this ain't the time. Ain't the time. Highly inappropriate. How these people get elected to official office is way beyond me. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Peace. Much love.